Good morning and welcome. Pastor Brian here. Thanks for joining me today as we continue our Psalm a Day series. Today we're on Psalm 134 and the final pilgrimage psalm as people make their pilgrimage up to Jerusalem. As we read this brief pilgrimage psalm together, I'll be reading from the Common English Bible translation. I invite you to follow along in whichever translation you find the most meaningful or you are able to get the most out of it. So let's look at this pilgrimage psalm 134 together. All you who serve the Lord, bless the Lord right now. All you who minister in the Lord's house at night, bless God. Lift up your hands to the sanctuary and bless the Lord. May the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, bless you from Zion. And that's the end of Psalm 134. And this psalm is really focusing in on, and maybe this is why it's the last one, but it's focusing in on those who are in the temple, in the Lord's house, to really bless God both day and night, and that they should lift up their hands in praise to God. And I know that Lutherans aren't always the best at raising their hands up in the air during worship, but I know that there are people that do, and there are Lutherans who do. Don't get me wrong, it's just not a very common practice of lifting your hands up. But just this joyous moment of realizing how awesome God is, that we should be so filled with joy in being able to serve God, to minister God during the day, at night, and all the times in which we have breath to give thanks to God for everything that God has done, because God is, as verse 3 says, the maker of heaven and earth. And that we should, the very last line, that we should wish blessings to people, to all people from Zion, from where at that time they felt God lived in the temple. And so to wish blessings upon all people as they make their way to Jerusalem, as we make our way to our places of worship, wherever that may be, as we've been talking lately in the other ones, if you've joined us, that may not always mean an actual church, an actual house of worship because of any reason, but especially because of this pandemic this last year. That we are called to bless and praise and thank God for all that God is and all that God does in our lives. And that maybe that looks differently at different times and stages of our life. But to always give thanks to God, because God is always making things new. God is always doing something to bring this world into that right relationship that God has called us from the very beginning, and that is God's very ultimate goal, and that we have the ability to be a part of that. And that is something to bless and praise and thank God for, and to ask God's blessing on each and every one of us. So what did you hear? What did you like? What didn't you like? Write it down, share it with a friend, and share it with us. And as always, take care of yourself, stay safe, and God bless each and every one of you.